Hi, I'm Sonalika Agarwal. I'm one of the nephrology fellow. I'm going to briefly describe our study we conducted with my mentors, Dr. Prashar and Dr. Patel. So my topic is C4d staining and graft survival in renal transplant, single center experience of C4d staining. So just a little, so briefly the background, what is C4d? As we all know that there are three major complement pathways, classical, lectin, and alternative. The classical pathway is the main we will focus on, which is associated with our antigen-antibody reaction. In the classical pathway, the C1 complement cleaves into C1a, which further breaks down into C2, and then C2 activates a C4, which cleaves into C4b and C4a. C4b is the main complement which converts to C4d. C4d basically sticks to the endothelium with the covalent bonding, and that's why it doesn't gets washed off with the stain, and it's called the immunological footprint of the antigen-antibody reaction. So there are two methods of detection of C4d staining, immunofluorescence and immunohistochemistry. The immunohistochemistry is the one we used in our center. So what is the importance of C4d staining? C4d staining was found to be 95% sensitive and 96% specific for the presence of DSA. In patients with circulating DSA, inferior graft function and survival have been observed in those with C4d positive versus negative staining, suggesting that C4d is a marker for more significant humoral injury. Collectively, the findings of these studies have led to the general acceptance of utility of C4d in the identification of acute antibody-mediated rejection. In 2003, the C4d staining was incorporated in BAMF classification. So this is just a table showing how we scored the C4d staining by immunohistochemistry. So the negative is 0 to 10%, focal is 10 to 50%, and diffuse is more than 50%. So why did we do this study? Because the previous data on C4d staining and graft survival is very disputed. Both focal and diffuse C4d staining were negatively correlated with graft prognosis. That was one of the findings published in transplant proceedings. The other study concluded that there was positive correlations with worse graft survival only among subjects with diffuse but not focal C4d staining. The third study I found was there was significant correlation between both focal and diffuse C4d in peritubular capillaritis and histological signs of antibody-mediated rejection, but not with the graft survival. So this is the study we conducted, and what we did was the biopsy in the renal transplant recipients done between December 2011 and August 2013 were retrospectively reviewed. C4d positivity was, of course, assessed by the immunohistochemistry. The biopsies were classified as negative, that is less than 10%, focal 10 to 15%, and diffuse more than 50%. Graft loss was defined as return to dialysis or retransplantation. The mean follow-up for our study was 4 years. Comparison between the groups were reported using ANOVA, chi-square, Wilcoxon methods, and survival analysis was done by the Kaplan-Meier estimates. So in this, these are the results we found. We matched the baseline characteristics like age, race, and the biopsy days post-transplant. What we found in this diffuse C4d biopsies, the high DSA was positive in the 44%, and which was the highest, and the antibody-mediated rejection was, the percentage of antibody-mediated rejection was 58% among the C4d diffuse positive biopsies. The percent of graft loss was about 58%. We plotted these results on Kaplan-Meier curve, and we found that the incidence of graft survival was significant in C4d diffuse positive, p-value less than 0.003, but the incidence of graft survival was not significant in C4d negative and focal positive graft biopsies. So in conclusion, our data suggests that diffuse C4d staining in renal transplant biopsies correlates with the graft loss, which we all know, but there was no significant correlation between focal and negative C4d staining and graft failure. So what we can say is why such discrepancies are observed. First of all, C4d staining is, as I described, is with different methods. In every center, different method is used. Plus, it is very operator dependent too, so our results can vary because of that. And why do we need to focus on this on this topic is we are thinking that C4d staining, we include the diffuse C4d staining in our classification, BAM classification, and we treat those patients. But we might be missing the ones which are focal positive, and they might correlate with the graft survival. So that is the main aim of our study, or rationale for our study, and we need further studies and maybe a multi-center study to find a conclusion and not miss the cases which are like missed.